Hi.
We're
Oh,
back.
we back? Oh, okay. So I guess we were recording. I don't know. I'm confused tonight. Isn't this classic lime margarita hard seltzer? But anyway, um,
um,
where were we?
what I was saying was it was very much the decision that was made on All Stars or Drag Race was very similar to Big Brother, in which they were like, well, at the end of the day, I'm gonna bring Todrick with me because nobody's gonna vote for him to win, so therefore I'm gonna end up winning. And quiet as is kept,
She was shady
Todrick,
with that too, and I
yeah,
guess he didn't see it, but because
yeah, but quiet
she
as
a
is
Leo
kept,
though.
even though she won and she got the two hundred and
Mhm.
fifty thousand dollars. Todrick still by coming in second place got $50,000. So I mean
Exactly.
Wow.
at
He
the end of
did.
the day he
That was
won as
dumb.
well.
I would have just kept Cynthia.
And I hope that's enough for him to pay his dances. But that's another
Bitch, I was about
conversation
to. You beat me to it. I was going to say. I
because
mean,
that's the
quiet as his kept. He used that PPP loan to buy that house he's living in. That was in his
mm,
first music video for that Femuline album. But we're gonna get into. We're gonna drag Miss Todrick Hall later on in the show. But for the most part, and I'm glad you watched because I'm like it gives more context to the dragation that I got to bring to that. But with this whole yeah, I do agree with that. Like, let's stop the let's kill yourself situation. Blue was playing the game that the way it needed to be played, and I know
yeah.
people are gonna get upset. I'm more first of all, I'm more upset because they're shooting in UK and they got their stupid ass laws where y'all basically expecting excellence and me having to bring my best shit and I'm not even getting accommodated or paid. So it's like y'all don't
And
pay your people. So y'all need to move it outside of UK because me getting a damn badge and a duet with RuPaul who phones it in with her damn singing to begin with. I'm sorry, but I'm not. That's not enough for me to want to give you my best shit. Which is why I'm thinking is Juju B's entire strategy for this show.
well, also, I don't think Pangina or lost because by going home and by everything playing out the way it did, I
Mm-hmm.
saw a tweet of hers this morning saying, "Oh, thank you everybody for the support and for tipping me through PayPal or whatever the case is." It was like people felt bad for her and still tipped her. So at the end of the day, she got more than the winner got for this season.
And the funny and the funny thing that usually happens because look, we look at Shangela. Shangela, was a fan fave. Went home
Yeah.
first in her season, came back in the second season. Made it all the way to the end. Didn't win, but she's won in so many ways. Like, we have all the way to the end and who don't walk away with the crown and the scepter. They seem to walk away with way more success than everybody
Hmm.
else. So you know what? I mean,
Hmm.
I'm upset about Pangina getting kicked off, and I know a lot of people upset about Blue, what she did, and I know people upset about Jimbo going home. But guess what? If well, it seemed like Jimbo was out here trying to throw shade and stuff because I saw the
Well,
tweets.
you know
But
what? I also feel
Pangina's
bad for
winning.
I feel bad for her elimination and quiet as escaped. And my location where I'm at the point of filming Pangina is a few blocks away. I think I'm gonna go tip
Ooh.
her as well.
Oh,
Yes.
you better give her, you better
Tell
throw
her,
some
tell,
coin in that jock strap.
tell her that Drinks and Drag is a huge fan of hers. We love Pangina over here.
Yes, and if we can get her on the show, even better. But
Even better.
and I'm looking forward to season 3. And I think that's another thing too. This iconic situation happening is going to draw more eyes on Drag Race Thailand when that comes back.
It's making
So
me want to watch it.
exactly, and I liked Drag Race Thailand the first 2 seasons. I liked, but that they have even though it's a small little whatever, they got a lot of lady boys and stuff out there. They do have like I love the sets, I love the outfits, I liked all the things that they were doing on that show. Way more impactful than the American version. So it's more eyes on the show, and Pangina is definitely showing she's a force to be reckoned with.
Yep.
Now, what I
Right.
want to do is give a shout out to Eureka O'Hara, who took to social media to reveal that she is going to rehab. So the 31-year-old drag performer, who is best known for competing on seasons 9 and 10 and All Star 6 of RuPaul's Drag Race, and for co-hosting HBO's award-winning drag show We're Here, which is coming back for a third season, took to Twitter
Woohoo.
this week to share the news with their followers, sorry, because they're non-binary. So saying, I'm in rehab. It was time for me to get my addiction and mental self under control. I made this decision and it's been really hard to be honest about it. I'm embarrassed. These are some of my first steps. I love you all so much. And you want to know something based on some of the things I have heard about Eureka and some things. I'm not gonna say it on here. I'll tell y'all behind the scenes. But
Yeah.
I'm glad that she is getting the help she needs, because some of the shit I was hearing, I was like, girl. And I would see it when I would watch We're Here in the Sad and Third. So I'm glad Eureka's getting the help she needs. Hey, Ren or Ariane, how you doing?
Hi.
Hey.
Urethra. No, Eureka. So that's urethra. But anyway, so moving right along, let's talk about. I was going to get to the whole Cardi B thing, but let's get to Britney Spears. So Miss Thing is writing a tell-all book and has signed a $15 million deal that we all knew this was coming. But
Yes.
the $15 million, I know some people are like, why didn't she shoot higher? Look, I don't tell people how much money they should take. 15 is good enough. And look, if she said 1 million, I'd be like, ma'am, who did your deal? Fire them.
Yeah,
But,
right.
So Britney Spears has sealed a bombshell book deal that said to be worth as much as, like I said, 15 million. Now, publishing insiders say Spears, who is 40, has reached a landmark deal with publishing house Simon & Schuster for her tell-all memoir about her career, her toxic life, and her family. The deal comes after a bidding war from multiple publishers over her book, according to one insider who claimed the deal is one of the biggest of all time behind the Obamas. Now, the rights for Barack and Michelle Obama's book sold in 2017, with the sum reportedly surpassing 60 million, the largest ever known figure for nonfiction books. Bill Clinton landed a $15 million deal for his post-presidential book, My Life, in 2001. So, Jamie Lynn, dear, you should have known this was coming, and Britney is coming for that throat. And you want us to, we've been saying for the longest that Britney, we are looking forward to that. Either a memoir or, well, I've been saying memoir. I said do like Mariah with her book. And shout out to Mariah, because her brother is now coming after her over some shit that she wrote in her book about him. So hopefully, whatever Britney you gonna reveal, be careful, because you know Jamie Lynn and them is gonna try some slick shit and gonna try to get some more money out of you, because you know the conservatorship is over. So what do y'all have to say about this deal, and what are y'all looking forward to her revealing in said book?
I don't need a preview. I'm just buying the book, and I'll buy the audiobook if possible.
Oh, 1000%. Listen, you know when you first told me the news before it was
I need Madonna to narrate it.
Oh, imagine.
Do the audiobook.
How crazy would it be?
Or write the forward.
I have a feeling she's gonna somewhat put her little fingers in there in a good way. I mean, she helped her out a lot, and she's been putting her 2 cents up until the last few months of her getting away from her family. What I will say is, listen, could she have reached more, like when we texted a few days ago about this, that we were going to talk about this? Like, yeah, she could have went for 20 mil. I said, but sitting pretty on 15 is a really big deal.
Someone else said that too.
Yeah, but I'm like, but 15 mil is so good. I'm saying someone like Britney, her caliber, she could have gone higher, yes, but 15 mil is so good, sitting pretty, and let's not forget, she's getting 15 mil just for signing on with whatever company is going to be backing her book up. But then the royalties that are going to come with it, all the other trademark stuff is going to come with it, the little merch is going to come with it, the tours, other shows are going to, the shows are going to really want her on and have these conversations with her. So she's going to be making the coins. Yeah. What I'm saying is she has such a good team and her lawyer is so good that at this point, I know they're going to be reviewing and dissecting this book so well, where it would be hard for anybody wanting to sue her for it. At this point as well, a long time ago, I remember through text, right when we were starting this show, when we were talking about Britney, I was saying, this family better take all the coins they can get now, because once this lady opens her mouth and officially gives word of what has happened to her, none of them, as much as they want to, I doubt would be able to want to sue her, because the opinion of everyone watching this situation is going to attack them. So they're not going to win anything from it. They can try if they want to, but it's going to be thrown out real quick. Whatever suation is the word for the night. Whatever suation you want to give is not going to happen. But good for her. Good for Britney. It's about time, and I cannot wait to read it. I cannot wait, because
me too.
Hearing it in her own words is going to be. It's going to be up there.
I think if the person that helped Mariah Carey with her memoir, get her to help you with that book, because that was a good one. I live for the Mariah Carey memoir. I listened to it because I ain't got time to read. So I was like, me listening to it and Mariah reading it with the dramatics and everything. That definitely worked. I mean, I would love to hear Britney, but Britney, you know, we already saw when she had the thing when she was in court and she was just rambling and stuff. So I need her focused. So I'd rather someone else read it rather than if she want to read it, then that's fine. I'd be more entertained. So
they can record it in segments.
True. I mean, I think that's how they do it anyway.
I'm sure it's gonna have its moments.
So, anybody else? Bring you got anything to say?
I said I'm reading it. I'm listening.
You did say
like
that.
I'm here for it.
It's like, I don't even know what need to know what's. I'm gonna just read
I don't need the preview. I don't need the spark notes. Just give it to me. Tell me it's available and I'll buy it.
Yes, I think we all on the same page. It's unanimous. We all getting that Britney book. We're excited. I don't know when it's coming, but bring it on, Gert. So now let's talk about this Cardi B situation. So Tasha K recently did an interview with some folks where she made a joke saying that she ain't got the $4 million to pay Cardi, but basically spreading a bunch of lies. Now, I ain't gonna tell you what the lies are because I watched back the video that I did the last time where I basically told her what she said and I got muted by YouTube. So apparently I can't be saying certain words. So y'all could Google what she said. So Tasha went and she said, I ain't got it. Don't ask me for no money. Joseph said, we have business things in place that takes care of things like this. Now, of course, the appellate court and the Supreme Court is in process right now. Now, interviewer Kendra G of Social Society, that's who did the interview, questioned if Tasha was going to appeal the verdict, and Tasha said, "Nah, I'm not trying to pay $4 million. That's what the appellate court's for. Who trying to pay $4 million? Who? You? Because you want to run out and say stuff which in your mouth that's not factual. So if the court said that you paying it, you paying it." And Cardi clapped back and said the following. She said, think this a game, but trust, I'ma come for everything. BBHMM, which basically stands for bitch better have my money. So what y'all gotta say about this case? Because Trashy K out here trying to be cute. And we know look, we know she ain't got the $4 million. $4 million? I don't know, I was thinking about Ghost, Oda Mae Brown. When she had to sign a check, Rita Miller. Anyway.
It's not cute that she's going on these platforms and basically like you're talking about legal cases that like I don't know if it's settled or what. Like I don't know, it's not settled because she hasn't paid the money. But
no, it's settled. She has to pay the money. She just
but she's over here talking about some. Oh no, I'm not gonna do it. I could get it waived. I could do this. I could do that. And it's just like
okay, tell that to the IRS.
Right, like you saying that on a platform like this is making it less likely for it to happen for you, even if it was possible. Like. You have less credibility now because you're just talking shit.
Yeah, absolutely. And listen, I have a strong feeling that Cardi and everyone else knew that this woman don't have the money, but they're going to, treat her as they would anybody else they would sue. And she has to be very slick with it because it's easy to say, I think she's going based on what other people in the past who have gotten sued, like, listen, I don't have the money, so you're not going to get nothing out of me. You have to remember, they're not going to get even $1 million from you, but what they're going to do is garnish everything you're trying to make that's profitable. So whatever platform you're on and doing shows, whatever brand you may get or deals you may sign on to do, that money is going to be garnished and it will be a lesson to you. Whatever loan you're trying to get will be denied. Whatever you do own, they can take away your car, whatever properties you own and stuff like this. So she has to be very smart and be very careful with what she's saying. I don't think she's really realizing it. And I don't know if she has a lawyer, because if that's the case, her lawyer is not even advising her to watch what she's saying. I did mention before
that she had talked crap on a website about her lawyer because her lawyers she felt wasn't doing what needed to be done. So she's at a point where she really just does not care, or her ego is so big that she just thinks she's above. It's this monster that has literally taken over. Like you come on social media and you're saying these crazy things and you're thinking that there's no consequence with it. Same thing with Jason Lee. Like recently, I was all for him and everything. Recently when he did, I forgot, it will probably come to me, when there was something that he had said, and I'm like, you know what, when he went and dogged Tasha K over everything that was happening about Cardi, but then he is friends with Cardi, like who is he friends with, quiet as his cat, but he was saying, he was coming to Cardi's defense, and he was talking about a lot of things about how problematic Tasha K is and how she gets into a lot of fights with a lot of influencers and a lot of YouTubers, and you know, and you know, getting with one I understand, but more than one is, you know, more than a coincidence. But for the most part, Jason Lee recently, you know, I was with him, and until he started spreading lies about Queen Elizabeth being dead, and he refuses to take down, retract what he said on that. Like he's saying, oh well, he got it from a very reliable source, and Roland Martin went in on him and said that. And Roland Martin is a well-known journalist, or whatever, who's been in this business for a long time, and he basically called him a dinosaur. You know, like the fact, and this is what the young ones do, mind you. Jason Lee is in his mid damn 40s, talking about, you know, dinosaurs and shit. Ma'am, y'all not that far of an age. So you out here trying to say this, it's ridiculous. So my thing is, we as people on this situation, we have a responsibility to tell the news as it needs to be told. Stop always worrying about being the first one to get the news out, because this is the situation that's going to happen. Now, if you wind up on a no-fly zone list in the UK, or you know, there's a situation where, you know, the parliament or whoever going to come out this ass for spreading lies, if Queen Elizabeth isn't dead, which they're saying she isn't, but I get it. She is in her mid-90s, so she needs to start figuring out where she's going to start sending a lot of these responsibilities, because time ain't on your side, man. So Ren says, Cardi B makes me glad that I have self-esteem issues and I have to self-medicate myself to sleep using a combo of Skittle edibles, names, Scattles, and high C fruit punch.
Can I just say,
and I agree,
some of that high C fruit punch.
Huh?
I could go to some of that high C fruit punch.
Okay, that shit is good though. I do like a little high C. The fruit punch.
I haven't had problems sleeping. Actually. Yeah. Yeah, I think he's not in. He is in the same boat as Tasha K in the sense that he just needs to stop spreading shit. Like you said, you don't need to be the first one to get it out. Wait till shit is credible and factual before you divulge into your story.
Yeah, exactly. And it ain't credible when you don't even have a website. You basically just spread your news and gossip on Instagram.
Yeah, like you really have to be careful. We've mentioned this before, like when all this happened, and you know, they were saying like, what does this mean for bloggers and people who conduct selling hot topics? You know what I mean? And my thing is like, listen, we shouldn't be worried as long as you state the facts and give your opinion, and that's not malicious, then you're fine. You have nothing to worry about. But it makes it very hard for us to get to the story, because now we're talking about Tasha K and her legal issue, and by us talking about that, it's going to bring up that story that Cardi B does not want us to keep repeating, and that's the thing that makes everything so up there and going crazy. You know what I mean? It's like we're forgetting what the real hot topic is about, and that's the trend that's always going to happen, and it's always going to hurt us. But like I said, it's not about the views; it's about stating, you know, the facts and giving your real opinion, and people can agree with you or not, and you're safe through that route.
Exactly, and I always say that I refuse to be a part of that mess. Where, I mean, don't get me wrong, we're all human. We're gonna get stories wrong, but that's why I'm always, you know, in my mind, I'm always waiting until, like, I'm gonna wait a couple of days. You know, I don't want to be immediately, because I see a lot of the bloggers, they want to be so quick to jump on it because they're so enslaved by the algorithm and the numbers. And I get this because if I get these numbers, then I get a check from YouTube or Patreon or whatever the case is, or whatever it is, how y'all getting y'all money, because y'all solely rely on social media. And the good thing is, see, all three of us got regular jobs. So we can come on at any time and spill the tea when it needs to be spilled. So I don't always, you know, there'll be moments, bless you, there'll be moments where I be having those moments where I worry about, oh my God, I'm not the first one to get that. But I'd rather be late with my news, and I'm gonna wait a couple of days, and then, because people tune in, like we said about Wendy Williams, people tune in to hear the opinion of what you have to say about said subject. So that's the most important thing, not being the first to get the news out, because if you end up in a situation like this, you can't say it gone. But yeah, so you end up in a situation like Jason Lee, where you're gonna get dragged and roasted on social media for spreading alleged. Yeah. Thank you, Wendy.
I also think it's a little bit better to like wait a bit, so that, because you hear something and then you have like an initial reaction, and then you also sometimes you get a different reaction after you sit there, you think about it, you hear more about it, you see how it unfolds. Like, if something were to break right now as soon as we were done with this and I saw it, I may think one way, but then 3 days from now, I'm be like, you know what? Well, actually, I have a different opinion.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I totally agree with what Sailor Mermaid says. Is that yeah, that's why I listen to certain content creators, and it's very small for their show. They have good credibility, and I would say that like it shouldn't always you should not enslave yourself about numbers and this that, and the other because yeah, you have big numbers, but then you end up in a situation like a Tasha K where you get
Mm-hmm.
so caught up in that matrix that
Mm-hmm.
you end up in a situation with Cardi B suing her because you're
Mm-hmm.
spreading lies to keep those numbers going and to keep that attention because fame, as Rick James once said, is one hell of a drug. So speaking of people punch drunk on fame, let's talk about Miss Todrick Hall and this mess of a situation that he caught himself up in over
Whew.
at Celebrity Big Brother. So before that, there was a topic that came out because we didn't do a show last week because we did the Valentine's episode, and Lindsay was like, "Oh, I." Oh no, not
Oh my God.
not Cassie.
Not Cassie.
EJ! What?
Oh, he is shady tonight. That was funny.
That was funny. That
You know, so being a celebrity. Look, I've never even heard of him.
Ciao.
I
I got the AC on and I'm over here.
Oh
That was
my
shade.
God. I'm gonna need that clip.
Okay, so a former videographer for Todrick Hall has gone public alleging exploitation and psychological abuse at the hands of the singer. Now, a Twitter user identified as Jacob and using the handle B Wilderberry took to the platform on February 14th to report his experience at Todrick Hall in 2018. Yeah, allegedly, because I ain't trying to get sued. You know. So I sure did, bitch, and it wasn't bullshit. So, now, what I was saying about the videographer, they said who toured with Hall in 2018 released a statement on Twitter last week claiming that the singer psychologically abused employees, was late on paychecks, denied crew meals, and used forced and well, sorry, they said and used forced. Y'all did a typo, but forced him to work as a stagehand. Other employees had previously accused Hall of not paying them for their work and implied that he had been accused of sexual harassment, which DJ, shout out to EJ's partner, for sending me the court documents, and I was like, oh, I need this page, this page, this page. So as we talking, I'm hoping those will pop up on the screen so y'all can see what the sexual harassment case implies, because it was a lot. But so yeah, so there was that, and then of course, you know, what had happened when he was on Celebrity Big Brother, where you know the House unanimously voted, well, except Cynthia, she was the only one that voted for him, but everybody else voted for Misha Tate. And a bunch of people tweeted some stuff. So some stuff came out about Todrick. What do y'all have to say about it? Because he played a nasty game. People were
he
dragging him
sure
on
did.
social media.
Yeah.
They even came out with something called hashtag Todrick Exposed Party, which I should say one of my own tweets made it on Queer Tea. So shout out to y'all for using my tweet.
Yes,
Oh my
I love it.
God.
I wanna.
So if y'all go to Queer Tea, y'all can see that it's up there.
Yes, I'm gonna jump on this one really quick.
I know
What
you
I
gotta
want to
go.
say is,
Fine.
yeah,
Hey
what I
Jay.
want to say is two things about it. It's regardless of who the person is. I just don't agree when any situation when someone files a complaint or goes on a show or wants to sue or say negative things like, oh, I suffered, I was through the torn and this and that. My thing is like, why don't you quit? Why don't you leave? Listen, I don't work for free, no matter where we work at. You know what I mean? If I wake up tomorrow and it's payday tomorrow for a corporate company and my check is not there, I'm going to call them. And if they give me some, well, you know, we'll pay you on Monday, then I'm gonna stay home until I get paid Monday, unless out of the kindness of my heart, because I know, in my opinion, okay, let me show up to work there. Oh, they always have my back. I'm gonna continue and wait till Monday. But my thing is, you're saying this now because the man is on TV. With that being said, Todrick is not one of my favorite persons in the world, and the way he
Mine
has
either.
played his game on the show, terrible. Other people are seeing it. That his character says a lot, and it's not good. I just want to make sure, I defend him in this part like I would for anybody else, because I cannot be a hypocrite. Is just don't come outing and say, don't come outing anybody or say anything that's damaging now because he's popular and he's on TV. Yeah, I said what I said, and what I said was he ain't a good person in my eyes.
Oh my God.
It also goes to show that Todrick is not that good of a singer. But yeah, there was a lot of shout out to Simon Cowell. He said it first. But later hashtag Todrick Exposed Party. Back in the day, he wrote a musical called Oz the Musical. The families had to pay for their kids to be a part of it. That's how he funded it. The play never happened. 3,000 kids had paid $50 and up, were never reimbursed. You can look it up. So there's a lot, the girls were definitely hashtag Todrick is exposed. They were putting up a lot of, they were sharing their stories. But I get what you're saying, people can read it as we talk about it, but I get what you're saying, Lindsay. However, what better time to not expose Todrick than while he's trending on social media? Because that's a good time that people are listening. I know it's like, if I would have said this when nobody gives a damn about Todrick, it goes on deaf ears. So yeah,
True.
The same thing with Trey Songz and Bill Cosby and all these other people with this stuff with them. So Todrick is trending. I'm going to basically use this opportunity. And even his former, assistant, oh my God, I forgot his name. It'll come to me. But he has an OnlyFans now. He recently started spilling more tea about Todrick. And he was doing it back when, it wasn't a big thing and people were talking about it. Because he talked about Manila. I told you about that. And hopefully we can get that clip to play. He talked shit about Manila in the house. And he talked about the fact that because Manila dragged him for not paying her for, I think, a Halloween party that he hired her to perform at. Yeah. And, allegedly. But she tweeted it. So, then he threw shade at Tamar Braxton. She had something to say on that too. But what were you going to say, Lindsay?
I have a question to ask you guys, because you said something that makes a lot of sense, but hopefully what I was trying to say is more clear. Yes, absolutely take the opportunity because he's on TV or he's a trending right now to say something. But what I'm saying is, had he had these issues, is there documentation or old records of him saying this a long time ago? What I'm saying is, let's say this situation happened a year ago, and he said it a year ago, and no one else is picking up on it, and then he says it again because he's trending, then I feel like you have more credit to it. What I'm saying is, if you didn't say anything before, and you're saying it now, whether it falls on deaf ears, it should have, it's like if the three of us are friends, and one of us has a falling out, but while we were friends, if I was complaining about Remy to Chris, like, Remy doesn't do this, and Remy's always doing this, Remy's doing that, and we fall out, and then someone else has the same experience. I'm like, well, you know what? This is the same thing that happened, and I said it before. That's the credibility there. But if I never mentioned it, and I say it after we're no longer friends, it's like,
But also, here's the thing: is that they work in an industry in which, like, this is a quote unquote celebrity, and they don't want to stop dancing or working for him or whatever because he could turn around and be like, oh, this person should never work in this company or in this industry, and that'll mess up their chances at working with bigger names or anybody else. So I think that the reason why, like you said, it's blowing up now is because he's on TV, and it's opening a window for people to be like, look, this is not a great person. Look at how he's acting on the TV show. This is kind of like a little credible backing up what I say that he's not a good person.
Exactly. We've seen time and time again that people have spoken out on someone who is in a position of power, and they either get blackballed or they get they don't ever get to work again. Look what happened with Monique in her situation, where she recently did, shout out to T.S. Madison for that interview, and people were sitting there talking about why she's still talking about it, she should just let it go and blah blah blah. And I'm like, well, look, the one thing I will give credibility to Monique is that every time she has spoken up about the drama that she endured while doing Precious, the promo, and how Tyler Perry tried to strong arm her and all the stories with that, and Oprah, her story has never changed. She has literally said everything verbatim. And when it comes to a liar, they will add some things or, exaggerate and do all this stuff. But Monique has always said what he said, and TS said, Maddie said that she basically heard the recording, and she heard it come out of his mouth that Tyler Perry wasn't being entirely truthful on camera. And So it's the same thing. It's like when people speak out, especially, if you're on a lower tier and you have somebody who, I mean, Todrick ain't powerful, but he's powerful in his own little circle, in his own right. He's well known on Broadway. He's, he has a little gay niche market that he has going on when he does his music and his performances, whatever the case is, the white gays live for her. So, he has a little market. So yeah, as a dancer, it's like, I want to keep getting work. So now if he goes and tells somebody, oh, so-and-so is this and this and this, I go and try to dance back up for Janet Jackson or Madonna or whatever, I can't get in the room. Or Britney or Ariana Grande, I can't get in the room because Todrick out here spreading lies and rumors about me, and I've been blackballed. So a lot of people keep that shit to themselves and were waiting for the perfect opportunity for, like, you know what, this is the opportunity for my voice to be heard, and they were able to do it with the hashtag Todrick Expose Party. So,
I mean, similar instance, different situation, but look at Sherry Pie. She got on TV, it got blown up, and then all of this stuff came out about her.
And it turned out that it was,
accurate.
It was true. So, what else was there? Oh, so basically, and then it was another thing, because I was thinking this too, is that they were saying that he pulled, after everything that happened on last night's episode, that the YouTube performer had canceled all interviews following his placing runner-up on the long-running reality competition. The cancellation follows months of criticism by fellow contestants and social media outcry for his dastardly tactics and behavior during the show. Now, here's the thing. You can do, you have the Monique clip. So let's play that clip really quick, and then we'll come back, and I want y'all to see this documentation, because I want to be able for y'all to see, what he said, or what the sexual harassment case entails. Roll that clip of Monique. Oh yeah, and Lindsay had to leave. Sorry, so y'all gonna see just us two.
Al Sharpton heard the tape because he heard it. He said, that man is wrong, and you're like my daughter, so I'm going to have to call him up. Kevin Hart heard the tape. He said, Mo, I called him, and he said he don't want to revisit it. And I didn't push that. I was grateful that he kept his word, and he called. Our mutual friend, when I explained what was really going down, she was like, I'm not with that. Let me call him. And she called him. And he said, I don't want to revisit that. Then he called back while we were on the phone, and he said, no, I changed my mind. I will meet with Monique, but not with her husband. And then she has to apologize to me and Oprah Winfrey for saying that we had anything to do with ruining her career. Now, that was recent. So as I sit here with you and you say, wait a minute, I heard that man say he was wrong.
Yes, I did hear it.
And was going to apologize. Well, that's turned into, now I'll meet with you, not with your husband, and now you have to apologize to me. How does that happen?
Who was telling her to apologize?
Tyler Perry basically wanted her to apologize to him over everything that happened, and she's like, well, why do I need to apologize? They were trying to basically force her to work for free. She was like, initially when she signed on to do Precious, she signed on because Lee Daniels asked her. She was paid a small amount of money, which of course happens when you're doing an independent film. So she decided to do it. Of course, she wound up winning the Oscar, but she was like, all the campaigning, all the extra stuff that you want me to do, I'm not doing it because I have a husband, I have little kids, I'm raising a family, I fulfilled my obligation. But they wanted him and Oprah. Yeah, it was $50,000. As Lindsay is in the comments, by the way, because she has an engagement she has to attend. So he wanted her to basically do this song and dance for the white man. But mind you, he said, I'm not scared of these white boys. You got your own empire. So why are you asking me to dance for these white people and do all this stuff that needs to be done when you're not willing to do the same damn thing? But he'll do it playing Medea.
Little Miss, I don't want to be Medea, but I'm gonna do another Medea movie. Needs to figure it out.
That nobody asked for, and it's coming out on Netflix.
Right, like, go somewhere. Like, that just blew my mind. Like, you're indecisive about what you want, but you over here again. You're indecisive. You said that you want an apology, but you wanted to admit that you were wrong. I need you to figure out what you want and reassess the situation and come back.
And we're not just talking about, and we're just not talking about your business affairs either.
No.
So and then they wound up changing, back to Todrick. They wound up changing his Wikipedia page as America's least favorite house
Oh
guest.
my God,
There was
I
another
saw
one
that.
that had me hollering, and there was
It was
another
one
one.
that it was like I was born. Todrick was born yesterday.
Oh yeah. I'm trying to pull that one up right now. Where is she? Oh, I know we live.
This
I was
document.
I was not prepared. Wait, is it in here? Because I'm not even looking at it. I'm literally on some. Oh, yeah. That's the I was gonna say the STD document. That's the sexual
Not that.
That's the sexual harassment document. Oh, so it says Todrick Hall, born yesterday, is an American singer, songwriter, choreographer, and YouTuber. He gained national attention on the ninth season of the televised singing competition American Idol. That's where Simon dragged him. I wish we had that damn clip. Following this, he amassed a huge following on YouTube and viral videos, including original songs, parodies, and skits. He aspires to be a role model for LGBTQ and people of color. A documentary series about his video making process titled Todrick aired on MTV in 2015. He is most known for being a horrible person from his embarrassing run on Celebrity Big Brother in 2022. So that's what they put on there. And I did see there was one particular thing that cracked me up when he did the his swan song in yesterday's episode. He was like, I want to say I was inspired to play this game when I saw the cookout after 23 years be able to secure the first African American winner. But I said to myself, I don't want to win because I'm black, because I'm gay. And then Big Brother Daily says, Tyler said, if anything, I would have been like, I would love for somebody who was gay and black, a gay or black person to win, which I agree.
Right. Because it hasn't been one.
That should be a reason, because then it'll be liberating to see like, oh, you're the first black gay guy to win Celebrity Big Brother. Last year, the first season was Marissa Jared Winokur. Second season, it was Tamar Braxton, who he threw shade at. And I'm gonna get to her the comment of what he said about her in a minute, and she has something to say about it. But then you're like, I don't want to win for that reason. But I don't know, Tyler, you need to pick a lane, because one minute you want to weaponize being gay and black when it's convenient. And then the next minute you want to be like, I don't want to win for that reason. So what is it? Because you play up all these cliches on the show and burn those goddamn crock pumps. Whoever made those, y'all need to be shot on sight. What is that? This is how I know y'all some basic gays out in LA, because that is not a thing in New York. But anyway, let's get to this clip of Bob the Drag Queen reading Todrick. He wasn't the only one he read. He also read a certain somebody from season 14 of Drag Race, and she the daughter of a certain somebody that was on the season before. So let's roll that clip.
Seems like Dia Betty and Todrick Hall are in a competition to see who can be the most hated after doing a reality TV show.
Okay. So former Celebrity Big Brother winner Tamar has sounded off on those comments that Todrick made about her. Now, Pop Crave tweeted and a screen grab from Big Brother Live updaters who wrote that Hall talks smack about Braxton to others in the house. Hall says that she has been on 2 of his albums and she is super talented, but sometimes her personality overshadows that talent and that people focus on that. And he basically said that Tamar is like a drag queen trapped in a woman's body. Now, Braxton has basically said that she is not going to ruin her friendship over his comments. She says, I'm not falling out with my real friend. Okay, you may want to recheck that. Her real friend over a TV show. She says, we will talk when he leaves the house. This is all terrible. She also posted a broken heart emoji. While she said she won't end her friendship over what he said, the broken heart indicates that she might actually feel a certain way after all. We know Tamar is sensitive.
Look, they called her a Muppet on TV and she cried. Like, come on.
Oh, yeah, that was on the real, right?
Right. I want to take a second and acknowledge what Sailor Mermaid said in that Sailor Mermaid said, I'm sick and tired of the constant blatant disrespect that Monique and other Black women and girls receive because they want better or speaking their truth. 100% agree with that.
I agree with that too, because to me, it's like you're going to lowball Monique over Netflix. And Netflix, you know what? I love the fact that y'all got some good content, but I'm about to be like big fat fuck y'all, because
they're like $20 now.
Well, yeah, mine's is going up next month. I'm already upset. They already sent me the email.
She's Netflix about to get canceled.
I'm about to be like, the rent is too damn high with Netflix, but or I'm about to get on somebody's because, then I forgot my mother's on mine, so I'm like, then she gonna be like, well, what about me? But anyway, so I get it with everything. Oh wait, damn! Now I lost my train of thought because we was talking about so the Netflix thing. So you gonna lowball her, give Amy Schumer back up the brakes for over her unfunny ass. You give all these other people stuff, and then on top of that, with all the controversy surrounding um, Dave Chappelle, y'all recently just signed him to do 4 more comedy specials. So it kind of makes me know like where your priorities lie. And I do agree that I am sick and tired of the blatant disrespect that Black women continue to get face in this country when it comes to if they speak out, you want to ruin their lives and say, oh yeah, this is the tweet that basically was on um queer tea and everywhere else. But yeah, I want to give a shout out first of all to Todd Bridges in that legendary eye roll because he was
Yo,
not
on
having it last
cue.
night.
On
Okay.
cue. As soon as he said it, his eyes just went back.
Because it was all bullshit. And I live for the fact that the celebrities was like, you know what? I'm not featuring her. She's being messy. She's doing all of this. Like, to me, it's
It
like you
killed
can
me.
play a game. And this is what I think celebrities have to realize compared to what regular people do. Because he went and bringing up the cookout. First of all, the cookout was iconic because we have a bunch of Black people who made it all the way to the end and they secured their spot. They aligned together. They formed. They were in formation as what they
Right.
tried to do with this show, but they couldn't even latch on for long, do their little formation situation. But don't compare yourself to the cookout because the cookout was everything on that season of Big Brother. So we're not going to do that. And I don't mind if you're going to play a game. The difference is maybe he should have, instead of latching his face to Misha's ass like a human centipede, what he should have did was took a page out of her book and was like, you know what, I'm gonna be straight up with y'all, and this is how I'm gonna play this game, and I'm gonna do what needs to be done. Now she did get a little shady when she played that little nasty game where they lied and said that Shayna was doing all of this stuff
Yeah.
just so that when you could break up their lines because y'all was
But that was
scared.
also fueled by Todrick. He's the one that
Exactly.
initiated that.
He was the mastermind.
So yeah, I also appreciate that when they were choosing who they wanted to win at the end. Basically, everybody except for like Lamar said things about Todrick and that the reason why they were voting against him as opposed to the reasons why they were voting for Misha. And it killed me when Shayna was like, I'm choosing this person because I'm hoping I never hear the other person's voice ever again. Click. I was like, oh, damn. That's how
exactly, because
I was like, that's how we giving it up?
You saw my tweet. Basically mimicked everything Shayna said. It was like the sound of his voice sends me. And I think the difference what people need to realize, I guess he's just clueless as to why people hate him so much. And I think it's
right.
When you do a show like RuPaul's Drag Race, it's edited. Like you're basically on there, you're only giving commentary, you're only there to do a certain thing, and people aren't really getting to know your personality. When you do the Masked Singer and you make it all the way to the end. Okay, girl. Yeah, he was definitely. I don't know if he wasn't acting. I think that was really him. But
he was acting a fool.
That part. Act a fool.
Act a fool, girl.
Yeah, exactly. Act a fool. Wasn't that from the same? That was from the same episode. So what is it? Oh, so if you're gonna do a show like The Masked Singer, you're only there to highlight your voice, give clues, let people know your personality, this, that, and the other. When you do Celebrity Big Brother, there is no way you could go. There is no way you can hide. Those cameras are on you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So even when they're editing you for TV, because there's only a certain amount of time they can show on a TV show, the live feeds is where they're going to get you. So people were seeing sides of Todrick that I've been telling you, but y'all, I'm about to cuss, I've been telling y'all about for years, and I'm glad, I don't like to wallow in people's misery, but I said, you know what? When you show when like Maya Angelou said, when people show you who they are, believe it the first time. So
I also didn't know that. I just realized that on Paramount Plus they give like the actual live feed for each individual person. Because one morning, and I had sent it to Lindsay. I took a snap of it. Yeah, I had took a snap of it, sent it to Lindsay.
I should have watched that.
It was like one morning at like 11 a.m. So it's like 3 hours behind for them. And it's like everybody in bed sleeping with the night vision on. And it's just I see the back of Cynthia's head with her braids. And you just see her breathing because she's sleeping. So I sent it to Lindsay and I was just like, yo, like they really record and show everything. There's nowhere you can hide from the cameras in that show.
Agreed. That's why I said y'all gotta watch. You gotta watch what you said. So now he's been labeled America's least favorite house guest. He's canceled all showings of he basically just canceled all appearances. And I understand, and I'm like, wait a minute, so you had all this energy to be showing your entire ass on camera, but when it's time to face, the firing squad, now you want to run. I would really want to know what your strategy was and why you decided to be the way you were. You can play the game, you can be cutthroat, you can do all those things and play the game if you're in the game, but you made things personal. You made things personal by calling out Chris Kirkpatrick and talking about his son. You went and talked about Shayna Mokla's body, when in fact you financially benefit off of women's drag, women's bodies, by feminizing yourself. You call your album Feminine. So you wear women's clothes and pumps and do all these other things, but you're mocking a woman's body. When, why does this kid? Them abs don't even look real. They kind of look like, remember when Mariah Carey had like the drawn on abs at one point back in the day?
My God.
That's what he was giving me. But so you're making a mockery of people in the house and talking shit about people's appearances and stuff. To me, that's being a messy queen. And in the words of my girl Gia, I don't like chic queens. I don't like messy queens. I'm just quoting everybody. But yeah. So there's that sexual harassment one. I don't know if we was able to blow it up and read that, but yeah. Todrick, I don't know what's gonna happen, but I feel like with this reality show, you fucked up your brand, basically. So it says Land, who filed the lawsuit, first met Hall in the spring of 2016 when Hall traveled to New York City to watch him perform as a go-go dancer. Now, in May 2016, Hall offered Land the position of merchandise manager on his tour Straight Outta Oz, in which he was organizing out of Los Angeles in the near future, and Land declined. Now, in June 2016, Hall reiterated his offer of the merchandise manager job to Land. Land accepted the job on or about June 20th, 2016 at a weekly salary of $400. Now, on about July 4th, 2016, Land flew to New York, from New York to LA to begin work as a merchandise manager for the tour, which was set to depart LA on July 5th for its opening in Vancouver, Canada on July 7th. Now, on July 15, 2016, Toddy, y'all call him Toddy, fired the tour manager. The assistant tour manager was promoted to tour manager. Y'all might have to keep scrolling because I'm getting to the end. And Land was now promoted to assistant tour manager. Let's get to the sexual part. So I think it's the next one.
$400 ain't nothing.
It isn't, but it's a good amount of. I mean, if you're as a manager, probably. I can understand if you were an assistant. But it says that August 2016, the tour returned to LA. Land continued to attend to the business of the tour, including coordinating late added shows and attempted to resolve pay issues for cast and crew and returning rented equipment and supplies. From August 17th to September 21st of 2016, Land performed his work without pay and also incurred nearly $1,000 in personal expenses on behalf of Toddy, which remains unpaid. On or about September 21st, Land returned to New York City. From then until December 29, 2016, Land performed no work for Toddy. On information and belief, after the tour, Hall relocated temporarily to New York City to assume the lead role in the Broadway production Kinky Boots from November 2016 to March of 2017. That is saying that, so I think, it goes on and on and on. It says that Land stated that he would take the job only if there were no sexual advances from Hall, as Land believed that Hall would take advantage of his position and Land proximity on the tour to impose himself upon Land. So basically saying that Toddy was out here sexually harassing and being messy and abusing his power. And if this is true, so that's allegedly, you got a lot to answer for, Todrick and Fraudrick, or we're gonna call you, the girls out here saying you using PPP loans to buy your house. And as Remy said earlier, I don't know if it made the cut because we were having technical difficulties earlier. He did say that you could use that $50,000 that you made from Celebrity Big Brother to pay your dances,
Right.
especially since you talking about you about to go on tour. Oh, I wonder how the tour is going to actually do now. That because I remember I saw there was a thread on the hashtag Todrick Exposed party that one girl was like, I love Todrick Hall and he helped me in my life when I was down and suicidal and I was going through some stuff, which is great and everything. But they were like, after watching him on Celebrity Big Brother, they no longer want to see his face. They don't want to see anything that has to do with his, because he is created, because people see the personality. It kills it kills the fantasy of. That's why I always tell people never meet your idols, you'll be disappointed.
Right.
It kills the fantasy of that artist that you look up. It's like if I meet like one of my idols or whatever, and I found out they were an asshole, like I would literally remove all their music and all their merchandise. I would burn this.
And this show is kind of like meeting them in a sense, because it's like they're locked in a house with no outside influences and interacting with each other, and you kind of see who they really are, unless they're really good at putting up a front and playing the game. The truth comes out, and you see how they are as a person, and he wasn't shown in the best light because he wasn't acting the best way.
Exactly. So he was showing his true colors. But yeah, so I'm sure this story is not going to go away. And yeah, I'll keep you guys posted. I got a question. Are you planning on buying a stem for Kanye's album?
What is that? What does that mean? What does that mean?
There was some stupid gadget. Basically looks like a smoke alarm that he's charging people $200 to buy Donda 2.
So in order to buy Donda 2, you need to buy a stem?
Yes, this gadget, this little round gadget that lights up, and you have to pay $200 for it.
Girl, and what does it do?
What I saw, because people were posting on Twitter or whatever, that it isolates the vocals. So you
just for Donda?
Yeah, his album. So you can isolate. It's an iPod 3.0. Is it?
Not the iPod 3.0.
I thought it was probably a joke. But it's like, yeah, you can take like Frank Ocean or whatever, and then it only plays his album. Because I said like, okay, so y'all paid $200 for this machine. Once I listen to Donda and Donda's trash, what else can I put on there? Because I'm not spending. First of all, I wouldn't even spend $100 on my favorite artist album. Like, I'm not doing that. Like, back in the day when I used to buy albums and stuff, like CDs and this and the third, I would spend $200 on a multitude of records, but never for one little thing that this man is a goddamn con artist. But, and y'all fools out here falling for it. But I had a friend, shout out to Nick Havey, who did the math. So I had to screenshot it on his social media and bring this up. So he says Kanye's stem player costs $200. If he sells all 70,000 units, then that's $14 million. He'll make most of that. Kanye's net worth is already $1.8 billion. This is just greed disguised as fighting the system. He literally just created a new system. Hashtag Donda 2, which is pretty much the truth. Like, you are out here conning people, and y'all are so dumb that y'all fall. But quiet as good look. Kanye ain't put out a good damn album in the last decade. I'm not spending no $200 on this fool. And he's throwing microphones because, I guess there was audio issues when he was playing the music. Then I heard there was a problem that when people went and bought the stem player, when the album was come out, the album's been delayed. Like, I don't know. It's always some stuff with him. And y'all fall for it. Y'all love the shenanigans, and y'all continue to.
Allegedly.
It's like what Charlamagne said. Y'all gotta stop deriding this buffoonery.
Said what I said.
Y'all really do. Y'all need to stop deriding the buffoonery with what he's doing. The fact that he's literally acting like Penn Badgley from You when it comes to his wife. Like y'all literally need to stop with all that, because real women get killed out here for shit like this. So we all, I guess, as a jury, have said that we are not buying it.
No, especially if it only does his album. Actually, there's not a world where I would pay $200 for that, because I don't care to isolate nobody's vocals. Give me the music. Like, give me the free 99 music I get on Apple Music that I pay for.
You said free 99?
The music's free 99. The Apple Music's not.
That's just funny because of my roommate Rick says the same. He calls whatever he don't pay for something free 99. But as you play the shade noise in the background. But Lindsay says, look, remember a few years ago when Supreme sold bricks for $200, literally a brick with the logo. It's no different with his way of selling the album. And then Sailor Mermaid said, I don't understand who would spend $200 just to listen to music. Like, where's the comment? Common sense ain't so common. People are so I feel like we're even though I think it's more prominent now than it was then. People are so fixated on wanting to be the first, like we've been saying throughout the show, like with the Jason Lee and all that stuff. People are so fixated on wanting to be the first to do or have something just so they could show it off on Twitter or whatever the case is, so they can get some sort of attention or whatever the case is. So yeah, I got the template. Okay, that's great. So how many times I go listen to Donda on it? Because ain't nothing else going on there. So,
well, quiet as it's kept, there's like for me, for example, who I like a vocalist like Ariana Grande.
yeah,
I could isolate her stems by typing it up on YouTube, and somebody had already did it, and I could hear that for free.
exactly. Because
But
you want to know something? Well, y'all should have just waited. Like, remember, I think when Tidal came out, people were leaking music and stuff off of there, and they were able to rip it and get it. Y'all could have just waited for somebody to just leak it on the internet, and y'all could have just got it that way. I mean, I understand, you know, we want to help the system and fuck the establishment and all that other crap. But y'all, Kanye is somebody. I'm stealing his shit. Oh, maybe I should have said that.
and
But
he's not even a
it don't
vocalist,
matter
so
because
there's
I'm not
nothing
even
to
buying his
isolate.
music anyway. Exactly. He's not an artist. He's a joke. And look, y'all want to sit up and buy that foolishness. Y'all want to spend. I'm not going to tell y'all how to spend y'all tax paying dollars because you know it is tax season. So y'all probably use that tax return y'all got back or whatever's left of y'all PPP loans if y'all still out here scamming. Speaking of, I meant to. Damn, I done fucked up the joke because I was gonna call Todrick the original Joanne the scammer. But look, when y'all got with all of that stuff coming and y'all scamming the girls and all this other stuff, that y'all wouldn't spend that scamation money with, you know, getting that STEM thingy, then that's what y'all want to do. That's what y'all want to do. But I would not be dumb enough to spend any of that. I wouldn't even buy that. And I love Madonna and I love Kylie and I like all these girls. I wouldn't even spend that on their music. So, no. Y'all better come up with something else. But if y'all want to do it, you like it, I love it, I guess. So we got one more topic on the docket, and that is Lil Boosie is out here. Is he Lil Boosie? Yeah, Miss Boosie is out here talking about Lil Nas X again. So,
oh my God,
he said, and we don't even know when Lil Nas X has been. Ever since we kind of had COVID, he just like vanished. So, shout out to That Great Juice for this story. So, when not slamming networks for turning kids gay with cartoons, he's garnered backlash for openly criticizing basketball star Dwayne Wade for allowing his daughter Zaya to come out as trans, and so much more. No bigger headline grab had come from this MC than his beef with Lil Nas X, however, who he claims is pushing a gay agenda on children. Now, you know, he's gone on Vlad TV because that's the only place that'll have him. He went on there again, which I heard Nicki Minaj threatened Vlad, but that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother day. Talking to Vlad TV for an interview that was posted on Monday, which was the 21st of this month, Boosie discussed the blowback from his anti-LGBTQ plus stance, saying, because I guess he has a new album coming out. I'm not even going to tell y'all what it is because I don't think anybody cares. So after all this gay-ish, a lot of people moved away from me, he said at the video's 1 minute and 43-second mark. After that ish, I think a lot of labels told they people to just stay away from Boosie, and I see it on N-words actions. Now, while the 39-year-old didn't name any rapper specifically who switched up on him, it's clear the gay itch he's referring to is the controversy that stemmed from his judgment upon the gay artist being Lil Nas X. So he's basically saying nobody wants to mess with him. Quiet as it's kept, nobody's been listening to Boosie for a long time, as far as I know. So I don't understand how you talking about nobody wants to mess with you, and I'm sure that new album is trash as well. But what do you have to say about this? Do you, in regards of rappers saying, you know what, and labels, that of course he's going to say this is a gay agenda because gay is mainstream and they're trying to push this thing on people now that two men kissing is okay and blah, blah, blah. I guess being normal is, the bad thing. And especially, look, at a time when we got this don't say gay thing passing in Texas and this before that I'm hearing about that's just happening, I don't got time for Boosie and her bullshit. So what do you got to say about that?
My thing is that, like, how does he? I get that he's stuck in his ways and he has his closeted, closed box of a mind frame or whatever, if you want to call it that. But it's like, how do you not see that if people are backing away from you because of the things that you're saying, how do you not feel like you're wrong for it, or there's not something wrong coming out of your mouth? Like you said, I feel like, honestly, even I don't think it even took anything homophobic for this to have happened, but like his album sales are probably dropped. His music's probably not that good. I've never heard a single song, but will Boosie just invite Lil Nas X to a hookup already? He's too obsessed with him. That's what it is. He's obsessed. Lanier said he's obsessed with him, and that is true. Like, I don't know is it just because like Lil Nas X is the only one who's like mainstream? Because there are other gay rappers, but it's like you feel some type of way because he broke the mold and he became big. Like, do you feel like you need to voice your opinion?
Yeah, he's the most popular one at the moment, and some people know and the only way to get any kind of attention is to deride the most popular person that is making the most waves right now. So he's going to jump on that, and it's like you're allowed to express your opinion, but you have to realize that opinion comes with consequences. And for you to sit and say that, oh well, there's an agenda or whatever, or people are canceling me because I'm of an ignorant opinion, that's usually what happens. You don't get to just say whatever the hell you want to say, and then you're surprised that nobody wants to fuck with you. Why would I want to get on a Boosie record? First of all, name one time that like Boosie ain't out here doing Lil Baby numbers. And everybody knows that right now, Lil Baby, everything he touches, and I ain't talking about Dub Baby. Dub Baby is trash. You know, he's mostly known for beating the shit out of people and blaming it on other people, because that's what he's most famous for. It ain't for the music. But Lil Baby's got all these songs that he's featuring on, and everything he touches turns gold. So nobody's mentioning your name. You're not really, your music is not popping. I heard his last album sold under like 1,000 copies. So if you're only making noise by going after the LGBTQ community, and you're only making noise when Vlad TV puts you on because nobody else wants to interview. I did hear T.S. Madison did say that she would like to interview him one and just have a real conversation about why, what is your obsession with this whole thing and your stance on trans issues and gay issues, and why do you feel the way that you feel? I mean, if you really feeling that you really believe in the heart of hearts of what you're saying, then you should go on someone's show and debate with them.
He ain't gonna do it.
And of course not, because he's a pussy, and pussies, like to cower in the corner when they want to say what needs to be said. So, I guess we are done with this show. There was a lot today. I'm looking forward to. I wouldn't give him a damn platform either, but it would be good to see T.S. Madison have that conversation with him, because he's talking about our, her community, Black trans people, and you're talking about gay Black people as well, or just people of color. Like, you're just talking about our own community. Gay rappers have existed for a long time. You don't hear a lot about them. A lot of them are known,
and I'm sure Boosie knows them too.
And of course he does. I'm sure he's worked with them too, and he's partied with them. So, I'm looking forward to Euphoria on Sunday. It is the finale.
Can we play that clip one more time? Because I feel boom, 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 boom on that bathroom door.
Of the Cassie one.
Yeah, the one with Cassie. This season has been so good. I cannot wait to see it. You just reminded me about it. I'm so hyped.
Oh yeah, I had a conversation with someone about
every time.
Vocal lessons. Look at Lil Nas saying how to sail a Well, I'm gonna shut up because I know some things. But anyway, I wanted to, but before we go, I do want to mention, because I want to talk to you about this whole, since you and I, and Lindsay not here, so let's not pay no mind. Let's talk shit about. No, I'm joking.
Not that bitch left.
Okay, because she doesn't watch, so we could talk about it. So she doesn't watch Euphoria, but you and I do, so we can get into it. Because I had a friend of we know, but you don't watch the show, so you can't talk. But so there was a thing that he was saying, because a lot of people have all of a sudden, a lot of people want to jump on the bandwagon because they're seeing like Euphoria's been trending and stuff too. Well, let me give this show a chance and let me see what it's all about, and basically just was very dismissive about, it's a bunch of there's only like 2 Black people on the show and they mess with white girls, or it's just a bunch of white girls having sex and talking about dick and doing drugs. I'm like, that is not all of what Euphoria is. Right. That's all you got from it. Then stop watching. You're just trying to be on social media to be a bitch or to be shady and to make little snide comments because it's going to get your attention. But as usual, when he said that, he got dragged with his comments. And he was like, well, y'all trying to say, I only gave it 1 episode, so I watched the show again and blah, blah, blah. So I'm literally like, I was trying to be the more smarter one. And try to be more insightful. And I said, no, that's not what it is. It's like Rue's not in here just, oh, you can take responsibility for doing drugs. I'm like, there's a reason to why she got hooked on drugs and stuff in the first place. Mm-hmm. Like, the whole euphoria idea is the higher she goes, the more connected she feels to her father, because, you know, her father had the cancer and she started doing his medication, and then she got hooked on, you know, what was it, Adderall and this and the other, and all of a sudden she, you know, once you get hooked on those prescription drugs, which is not something a lot of people want to talk about, then it becomes this downward spiral. And the last 2 episodes with Rue, the Rue episode,
the one where she was running all episode.
Yes, where she clearly has been channeling her boyfriend Tom Holland, because she was jumping off buildings and climbing walls, and
she went through so much that episode. When she cleared that room, when she got to Cassie and Lexi's house, when she cleared that room in that scene and used that as an opportunity to run out the house, I was like, yo, no, she didn't. She's like, she will do whatever she has to do to get on drugs. Like,
which is what drug addicts do.
Right. But she plays it so well. I was just like, yo, that's so crazy.
It also shows like why she won the Emmy last season. And she's definitely a lock-in to win again. Whenever I think the Emmys is this year, because we're only in February. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this final episode. I'm wondering when Nate coming out the closet, because
that was intense. That scene.
Yeah, and then that scene. I know. At first, I did think like it was a possibility that he was molested, but I don't think that's what it was. I think his father getting on top of him in the dream sequence was basically a connection of sorts of. He and his father are a lot alike than he wants to let on. Meaning his father was in the closet and was putting on this facade when we all knew he loved, because with the backstory, he liked boys and this and the other. And his first love was on the wrestling team, and he had to let him go because his wife got pregnant. And now Nate is repeating those same patterns. And we saw like he was getting a little uncomfortable when he was watching the play, and they had that big scene at the end. And for y'all to be up in here talking about how high the production was and how unrealistic it is, y'all do know it's a goddamn TV show, right? Like, come on. It's like, and then the juxtaposition of showing their real lives with what we were seeing on the stage. There was a reason for all those visuals. And if you're not used to stuff like that, then you know. But we could go on and on and on talking about it. But anyway, thank you all for watching. Tune in next week. Oh wait, we're not gonna be here next week because Remy and Lindsay are going on vacation. So we'll see you in the following week. I will be coming back with in the week with Chris Avalon Unfiltered, because I gotta do my review of the Batman and all that stuff. So definitely tune in for that. Love you all for watching. Until next time. Ciao.
Bye everybody.
I'm in a small square. Oh, there I is.
I should feel wanted by people like you. Not just me, all the other young girls.
You are wanted by me. I always say that you're very entertaining.
But we feel like you be trying us. We feel like you don't be really rooting for us. You know, we feel like, and especially with me, every time I come on your show, you always want to compare me to another broad. I don't need to be compared. I've made my own brand. I've made my own brand for years. You know, I've been out here for the past decade. I got my own show.
Child.